Nowadays, the incident of cybercrime has been increased day by day, and hence the cyber law and digital law has played a very important role to secure the transaction. Let us have a look on a particular cyber law. Cyber law is also called as a IT law, is the law regarding information technology including computers and internet. It is related to legal informatics and supervises the digital circulation of information, software, information security and e-commerce. IT law does not consist a separate area of law, rather it encloses aspects of contract, intellectual property, privacy and data protection laws. Intellectual property is a key element of IT law. The area of software license is controversial and still evolving in Europe and elsewhere other countries. Cyber laws adds a legal recognition to electronic documents and a structure to support e-filing and e-commerce transactions, and also provide a legal structure to reduce check the particular cyber crime. Nowadays, importance of cyber law is increased because it covers all transactions over the internet. It keeps eyes on all activities over the internet. It touches every action and every reaction in cyberspace. Areas of cyber law, which basically include the different types or different purposes. Some laws create rules for how individuals and companies may use the computers and the internet, while some laws protect people from becoming and victims of crime through unscrupulous activities on the internet. The major areas of cyber law basically include, and you all are aware about that areas are fraud, copyright, defamation, harassment and stalking, freedom of speech, trade secrets, contracts and employment law. Means these are the area covered under the cyber law strategy. The basic advantage of cyber law is that organizations are now able to carry out e-commerce using the legal infrastructure provided by the Act. Digital signatures have been given a legal validity and sanction in that particular act. It will give the source and particular destination as a authorized a person as a remark. It has opened the doors for the entry of corporate companies for issuing digital signature certificates in the business of being certifying authorities. It allows government to issue notification on the web. Thus, the e-governance will monitor all the activities that will be defined. It gives authority to the companies or organizations to file any form, application or any other document with any office authority, body or agency owned or controlled by the suitable government in e-form by means of such a e-form as may be prescribed by the suitable government. The IT Act also addresses the important issues of security which are so critical to the success of particular electronic transaction. Now let us look have a digital law. It's a legal right and restrictions governing technology use. Some of the online problems that digital law takes care of are the theft, plagiarism and cyberbullying. The four main problems that digital law prevents are copyright, privacy, ethical issues and piracy. Digital law also makes sure that all websites abide by certain laws that have been established by the company. Now, in the digital law, there are different types of violations are included. That will be illegal file sharing, pirating software, creating viruses, hacking, identity theft, copyright infringement. So, these viruses we have to discuss one by one. Now, first will be the illegal file shooting, the sharing of files between people using computers connecting to the internet. It covers both the making available of the file, for instance, on a file sharing service. If you take an example of YouTube to MP3 website, RIA, file sharing and downloading copyrighted music, all these are comes under the illegal file shooting. Second one is the pirated software. When software which has been duplicated and distributed without authorization, then it will becomes under the pirating software. Since the 17,000 people have been referring to instances of copyright infringement as a piracy. An example being someone who makes multiple copies of a program and sells that copies unauthorizedly is nothing but the pirating or pirating software, and it's again a illegal work. Third one is the creating viruses, a software program capable of reproducing itself and causing great harm to files or other programs on the same computer. A computer viruses might corrupt or delete data on your computer, use your email programs to spread itself to other computers, or even erase everything on your hard disk. You know the example is the microviruses, memory resident viruses, override viruses, etc. Now, keylogger is the best example for spreading the viruses to the users. Now, fourth violation is the hacking, where unauthorized use of computer and network resources has been hacked by the particular people. Hacking is the act of modifying computer hardware or software in order to cause damage to sensitive data or to simply steal confidential information. Hackers often target home and office computers that are basically connected to the internet. Next violation is the identity theft, when someone pretends to be someone else in order to access their personal information in order to obtain resources or social benefits like a credit card number, social security number, then a particular video has been changed. So all these are the identity thefts or one type of violations. Now, sixth number violation is the copyright infringement, the act of violating any of copyright's exclusive rights given to them by the Federal Copyright Act. The copyright holder is typically the worker's creator or a publisher or other business to whom copyright has been assigned. Motives for copywriting is nothing but the pricing, unavailability, usefulness, anonymity. Basically, we will copy the particular person's information and treat it as our own information is nothing but the copyright. So this is again a one type of big violation. See, if you violate digital law, the punishment has been given. That will be the many people get kicked off of websites because they are caught by the cyber police. In some cases, people get caught doing other forms of digital crime such as pirating movies and plagiarism. If you are caught committing these crimes, depending on how bad the crime is, you may first face some jail time. Means that digital law, if you obey that particular law, the particular doing the particular crime, then it will be as according to their severity, the punishment has been given by the government. Now, the legal issues and challenges in India for achieving this cyber security. Cyberspace is the connected internet ecosystem. It will train exposing critical infrastructure to increase the risk in the interconnectedness sectors. Its proliferation of exposure points and concentration of assets is very difficult in that particular case. Cyber intrusion and attacks have increased dramatically over the last decade and exposing sensitive personal and business information, disrupting critical operations and imposing high cost on the economy. Cybersecurity is protecting our cyberspace from attack, damage, misuse and economic spend. Here, the different sectors are there: food, agriculture, commercial facilities, dams, banking sector was there, communications. So all these listed sectors has been comes under the particular cyber security area. Nowadays, cybersecurity has facing the different challenges. Like a cyberspace has inherent vulnerabilities that cannot be removed. Innumerable entry points has been assigned to the internet. Assigning the attribution that will be internet technology makes it relatively easy to misdirect attribution to other parties. Computer network defense techniques like tactics and practices largely protect individual systems and networks rather than critical operations. attack technology outpacing defense technology. Nation states, non state actors, and individuals are at a peer level, all capable of waging the particular cyber attacks. So, cyber threats can be performed or happen due to the number of sources. These sources are nation states, it will be from terrorist DTOs, cyber criminal organization, hackers, hacktivists. All these are the sources from where the threats has been happened. The threats are those that will be the malware, malicious software to disrupt the computers, creating viruses, worms, or sending it from one computer to another, theft of intellectual property or data. Hacktivism is nothing but the cyber protests that are socially or politically motivated mobile devices and applications and their associated cyber attacks. Social engineering entices users to click on a malicious link. Then spear phishing, deceptive communications, that will be emails, text, tweets. Domain name system attacks are there. Router security, denial of services attack was there. So bottom line is easier to be a bad guy, and volume of threat is growing nowadays, and these are the sources through that particular threats has been increased. Now, these are the main cyber players and their motive for attacking the particular organization. Well, first one is the cyber criminals. They're seeking commercial gain from hacking banks and financial institutions, as well as phishing scams and computer ransomware. They will be the criminals, or they are the major criminals seek the hacking process. Second will be the cyber terrorist. Their mission to penetrate and attack critical assets and national infrastructure for aims relating to political power as well as the branding. Cyber espionage is using a stealthy IT malware to penetrate both corporate and military data services in order to obtain plans and intelligence. In last player is the cyber hacktivist. Groups such as Anonymous with the political agendas that hack sites and servers to virally communicate the message for particular specific campaigns. So these are the main cyber players and will be create the cyber threats in the system. Nowadays, challenges are increases in the cyberspace. Here is the diagrammatic presentation of different attacks, the targets of that attacks, and what will be the effects. Now we will see it one by one. The particular net centricity and interoperability increases the risk of cyber attacks, and software is the most apparent target of cyber attack, especially when plagued with a lack of quality, questionable pedigree, and uncontrolled access to development environment. Now, attacks are different, like an insider attack, unwilling behavior. It will target the human organization. It will effects on disinformation, distraction, as well as the confusion. Second type of attack is a data and policy corruption. That will be target the space mission layer, and it will be disrupt of command and control behavioral manipulation. It will be in the military organization. Such types of attacks has been performed. Third will be the code manipulation and malware. It will be target the particular application layer, and through this induce the inaccuracies and failures. Worms and viruses flooding, this will be directly attack on the operating system and network layer, and it will be create a denial of services and particular extraction of that the system. The life cycle implants of a backdoor, it will be attack on the hardware system layer. It will trigger the malfunction performance loss. In last important attack is the physical destruction eavesdropping attack. That attack will materials the particular devices and communication links. So it will give effects on the loss of communication between the sender and the receiver. So mitigation is a challenge. It requires to development environment access control as well as architectural consideration, design the different technologies and tools, and inform the operator responsiveness to control all these attacks and save the targets. Now here is the important chart. That chart will depict the information security and cryptography technology. There are different system security technology has been defined, like protecting peripheral components, protecting distributed contents, trusted computing platforms, detecting intrusion, malware, protecting data access control, as well as authentication. All these are the system security technology has been used for the cyber security. For the network security technology, we are using protecting privacy or anonymity. We are using the IEEE 802.11 standard. Security pairing is also performed in that technology. Wireless network security technology has been used the security at a particular protocol layer, that will be 7 layers has been work here. Detecting malicious traffic, key management function has been applied in this wireless network security technology. And last important technology used in the cyber security is the cryptography. It will focus on the symmetric cipher, asymmetric cipher, PKI, digital certificate, secure hashing, key management, quantum cryptography. All these are the different technology has been applied for securing the cybercrime. So these are the four types of technology has been used for the cyber security. Now here is the list where the future technology to be designed with the security. Security must be the part of the design of for future technology. It will adding the security after is no longer sufficient or sustainable. Means you have to give the smart solution to the security innovation must deliver more capable solution to keep pace with threats. We have to have open platforms, and security standard must be open to promote the collaboration and accelerate adoption. Give the trusted environment. Technology and security providers must be trustworthy in the creation and operation of their products. Strong product and services must be hardened to resist compromise and make the security transparent to the particular user. And security must protect data wherever it exists or is used for all parties and devices across the computer landscape. So for in the future we have to adopt the technology that will give the smart, open, trusted, strong, ubiquitous solution to the organization for the cyber security. Now here are the different trends, challenges and threats of the cyber security. Now, AI and machine learning can boost cyber defense as the artificial intelligence and machine learning gather speed and start to impact more and more industries. It's sure to play a bigger role in cybersecurity because the battle with the cyber criminals moves so quickly, and machine learning models that can predict and accurately identify attacks swiftly could be a real boon for infosec professionals. These models need to be trained and honored. However, there is also risk that AI and machine learning may be exploited by attackers. Second important challenge is that be proactive about ransomware. Ransomware has been a growing threat for the last few years, but it continues still claim high profile victims. It's not yet clear what everyone learned from the WannaCry. Ransomware attacks highlighted the need to back up regularly, keep patching and updating systems, and strengthen your real-time defenses. If organizations took these simple steps, we could dramatically reduce the impact of ransomware. Third important trend challenge is that handling the data breaches gracefully. It may prove impossible to eradicate data breaches completely, but every organization has the power to lessen the blow by handling the aftermath correctly. Equifax gave us masterclass in how not to handle a data breach earlier this year by delaying disclosure, misdirecting potential victims, and failing to patch a known vulnerability. One can make a instructive for others in the year ahead. Fourth will be the IoT is a weak ink, where rolling out more and more sensor packed internet connected devices, but the Internet of Things remains a major weak point for defense. All too often, these devices lack basic security features or they are not properly configured and rely upon default passwords that can give attackers easy access. This in turn is giving rise to botnets, which can be used for volumetric attacks to exfiltrate stolen data or to identify further vulnerabilities or for brute force attacks. We need to properly secure the IoT or it will continue to be a big issue in 2018. Fifth important challenge is that there is a still skill shortage. The dearth of skilled cybersecurity professionals continues to be a major problem for many organizations. Even with average InfoSec salaries soaring, there are thousands of vacant positions. This is leading many companies to engage external cybersecurity services and virtual Cisco's. We expect to see more outsourcing as employers try to find a way to fill the skills gap. The next will be the developing a common language. While the specter of multiple threat looms, there are also positive developments in the cybersecurity realm, not least the creation and adoption of things like an NIST cybersecurity framework. As more organizations and cybersecurity experts come together to develop a common language, our collective defense grows stronger. Next will be the last particular trends and challenges that patching and application testing. It's not shiny or new or exciting, but it should still be top of mind. The number of data breaches in 2017 that were made possibly by known vulnerabilities and a sluggish approach to patching is horrifying. It's not enough to identify problems, you must act. Application testing falls into the same bucket in that it's too often ignored. If you don't test your security, then you don't know how secure your application is. If everyone put a fresh effort into patching and app testing in the coming year, we will see a dramatic drop in data breaches. Now let us have a discuss the future of cybersecurity education is bright. Emerging challenges will drive the needs in cybersecurity. Understand the market needs. Employers will expect workers to know and apply industry best practices and perspectives. It aligns academics to the future expectations. The roles are expanding for incoming cybersecurity workforce. Prepare students for the new roles. Resources are emerging to assist academic staff and graduates to understand the needed skill in opportunities, empower students to be self-sufficient in tracking employment demand. So these are the future steps we require to take. Now, 10 important steps for the cybersecurity. Defining and communicating your board's information risk management regime is central to your organization's overall cybersecurity. CESG recommend you review this regime together with the 9 associated security area in order to protect your business against the majority of cyber threats. So these are the very important steps required for the cybersecurity. First, network security. It will protect your networks against the external and internal attack and manage the network primer, filter out unauthorized access and malicious contents and monitor and test security controls. Second will be the malware protection. It produces a relevant policy and establish anti-malware defenses that are applicable and relevant to all business areas. Scan for malware across the organization. Third will be the monitoring. establish a monitoring strategy, and produce supporting policies. It will continuously monitor all ICT systems and networks, analyze logs for unusual activity that could indicate as one of the biggest attack. Fourth will be the incident management. Establish an incident response and disaster recovery capability. Produce and test incident management plans. Provide a specialist training to the incident management team. Report criminal incidents to law enforcement. Next will be user education and awareness. It produces user policies covering acceptable and secure use of the organization systems, establish a staff training program, and maintain user awareness of the cyber risk. Six will be the home and mobile working. Develop a mobile working policy and train staff to adhere to it. Apply the secure baseline to all devices. Protect data both in transit and at a rest. 7 important step is that secure configuration. It will apply security patches and ensure that the secure configuration of all ICT systems is maintained. Create a system inventory and define a baseline built for all ICT devices. 8 will be the removable media controls. Produce a policy to control all access to removable media. Limit media types and use, and it will be scan all media for malware before imported on the corporate system. Ninth important step is the managing user privileges. It will establish account management processes and limit the number of privileged accounts, limit user privileges and monitor user activity. Control access to activity as well as the audit logs also. And last important step is the information risk management regime. It will establish an effective governance structure and determine your risk appetite. Maintain a board's engagement with cyber risk and produce supporting information risk management policies. So all these are the very important steps of the cyber security, and if any organization, any person or any people those are handling the computer as a main source, they will use all these particular security heads, then definitely the crime has been controlled. So this is regarding the cyber law and digital law. Hope you all understand this concept nicely. Subscribe the channel and like the video. Thank you.